Hi, welcome to TWR Facebook Live. So I hope that you all can see me clear, hear me clear. Always is a question of internet connection, how good it is. So let me know that you all see me and hear me okay. Hi everybody, greetings. Wonderful. So yeah, so it cannot be so good, so I think it's good enough, probably it's okay. So as long as it's working, it's good. When it stops, it's good too, so that's okay. So we have been talking about three principle practices or the pith instructions related with the body, related with the speech, related with the mind. So we talked about discovering the dance of the stillness. We talked about finding the melody in silence. So tonight or this morning, it's 1 o'clock in the morning here, so this morning we're going to talk about embracing the warmth of spaciousness. So discovering the dance of the stillness, finding the melody in silence, embracing the warmth of spaciousness. So basically, what does this mean is most of the time when we engage in meditation through our body, through our speech, through our mind, when we engage with the meditation in the stillness, silence, spaciousness, I think most of the tradition, when people engage in meditation, in some sense, this is what they are trying to do, is entering into one of these three doors and experience the deep experiences of the stillness, silence, and spaciousness. So sometime what happened is people begin to feel like an absence of things. So stillness is no action. Basically, immediately they think that way. The silence means no communication, no speech, no voices, no sound, absence of all those. And then when we think about the spaciousness of the mind or the consciousness, we immediately think about no thought, no feelings, no recollection, no reflections, no contemplations. So somehow immediately things like it's like some sense of being immediately like a frozen, like your body is kind of stiff and frozen, your mind, speech is quiet, frozen, your mind is not thinking, not feeling, quiet and frozen. But that is not the case. So that's the most important part is here, is that is not the case. In a way, it's the opposite. And so I think very frequently when people engage in these three different meditations, people do maybe begin to feel like a little bit like a stiff control, lack of energy, lack of vitality, lack of awareness, and so on. So I think it's important to see this is not the case here. So it's important that it's more like it becoming a more alive, more vivid, more conscious, more luminous, more peace, more awakened, more connected, rather than disconnecting. So in some sense of that's what it is. So tonight, or again, I haven't gone to bed yet, so I will be going after I do my Facebook Live. So but in a way it's in the morning here, 1 o'clock. So this morning here we are talking about the embracing the spaciousness of our mind. So that's the main part of the topic. So in a way, it's the same thing, embracing the warmth of the spaciousness. That basically means the idea of spaciousness, the significance of this meaning of the spaciousness. I just wanted to say a little bit, a few words about it. Generally, like in Sutric tradition or even in Tantric tradition, there is a notion of self, no self, a lack of inherent existence of self, so, or lack of inherent existence of any phenomena. So that means everything is not inherently, they don't exist inherently. They don't have independent existence. They are all like imputed by our mind, projection of our mind. That includes even the sense of self, your idea of who you are, sense of self-perception. It's also, there's nothing inherently existing self. So, so sense of self is also very much projection, imputed. And so spaciousness means that it's like an openness. It's clear from that projection. So, so that deep sense of existence of self, dualistic self, is when it's cleared, when it opens up, then it becomes, then it's called spaciousness, openness. That's what it means. Opening of that ego, opening of that dualistic perception of self, spaciousness, openness, clearness. That's what it means. So that's, I think, first of all, it's important to understand some sense of meaning of what spaciousness means. Now, so basically that means in generally, like in particularly like in a Sutric tradition, the notion of emptiness, that's what emptiness means. So spaciousness and emptiness, in a way, it means the same thing. So empty of what? Empty of inherent existence of self. Empty of the independent existence of self. So there's nothing like that there. So therefore, the sense of self is empty. There's nothing there. So when we think about when there is nothing there, empty of self, and somehow immediately we think about no self, absence of self, nothing, very much like a denial, nihilist view. And so when we feel like a kind of denying sense of self or the view of nihilistic view, then the meditation, it's not very good. So basically, whole idea here, particularly like in the sense of Dzogchen, it's not like a nihilistic view of emptiness. It's not like nothing. Rather, it's a perfection or perfected or great perfection. So like in a Dzogchen, the word literally Dzogchen means great perfection. Great perfection means that it is perfected by all the qualities. It is perfected. All the qualities are perfected in us. So who you are, it's a great perfection. Who you are is in that who you are, everything is perfected. So all the qualities are perfected. So some sense of embracing the warmth of spaciousness means there is warmth in that emptiness. It's not dead, dry, denial, nihilist emptiness. It's perfect. It's a great perfection. It's perfected with all the 10 parajana paramitas. It's perfected with love, perfected with compassion, perfected with the warmth, perfected with the kindness. It's perfected with all the enlightened qualities. So all the enlightened, perfected quality, in short, it's called warmth. So when I say warmth, that's what warmth means. So embracing the warmth of the spaciousness means, even though some sense that I am no one, but this sense of no one, it's not like a denial. It's sense of no one, being no one. It's like not a depression. It's sense of no one. It's not a weakness. Sense of no one. It's not a disconnected, but sense of not being anyone. Sense of particularly not being any dualistic sense of I. It allows me to be everyone. It allows to me to be whole. Anyone or any role that I wanted to play, it allows me, because I'm not stuck and identify with one limited role of sense of self. So basically, by not being anyone, it allows me to be everyone. It allows me to be full, complete. So functioning-wise, it allows me to function much better. So why? Because in no one, in nothing, in that spaciousness, there is all the qualities are present and perfected. I am, during my deep meditation, I am embracing all those qualities. So whatever quality is required in particular given moment in my life to manifest, I can access that particular quality in that source, embrace that, and manifest that to impact that moment, that situation in my life. Just say, for example, I can clearly say, like as a father, since I have traveling with my son. He has a 2-month holiday, so I've been dedicate this 2 months to be a full father, complete father. So no, except my Facebook live teachings, no any retreat, the teaching schedule. So just trying to be fully with him, day and night, 24 hours, trying to mastering my babysitting. And so basically, when I do that, it clearly shows me that my son is like a great mirror for me, to see my face. It's a mirror. It's a great teaching to recognize myself. It's a great a place to echo myself. So it constantly shows me who am I, and ability to be anyone, ability to be a playmate, ability to be a friend, ability to have a pillow fight, or ability to be a moment to be a teacher. We have been meditating every night, doing the invocation of Tapirita, and meditating every night. So able to be in some sense of also teach a little bit. In order to ability to play many different roles, even though I am a single father, one sense of only a father, but able to play different roles, I think that's helped so much when I do not identify with one specific role. So in that same situation in our life, every day in our life, that when anybody identifies with one specific role too strong, it prevents or it eliminates the ability to manifest different quality or different role in that situation. So I think basically we are not able to embrace all different kind of quality or different kind of warmth because of we identify with one specific role, and very often it is like a role of condition, role of limitation, role of blockages, role of pain, role of fear, role of limited relationship. So basically it limits us rather than it allow us to be spacious, rather than it allow us to embrace the infinite warmth and quality through which we can manifest our role, creativity. So that's what exactly is happening. So basically what I'm trying to say here is that the idea of the warmth is that all the enlightened quality that exists in us when we are no one, and no one, that everything is perfected. When everything what is perfected, we have access to. Everything what we have access to, in the moment we are conscious and connected, we can manifest them, what is necessary in that moment or to that situation, rather than being stuck all the time. Imagine a lawyer, a professionally, a good lawyer, and who identify as a lawyer, but this lawyer can never be nothing else than the lawyer, completely stuck in the identity of lawyer, pride of lawyer, ego of lawyer, pain of lawyer, limitations of lawyer. So when you are just a lawyer, then you also become a lawyer with your wife. You also become a lawyer with your children. You also become a lawyer with your friends. You also become a lawyer. Even you are meeting a stranger, having a moment of just a conversation, you always look through the eyes of lawyer. You cannot see anything else than the view of law. So that means you are not lawyer, but you are lawyer. For you are only lawyer. When you are able to not be lawyer, it opens up more who you are, access to who you can be, what you can manifest, what roles you can play in different situations. It opens up that possibility, so accesses. So I think in some sense of what I'm trying to say here is, for all of us, it's maybe even a sense of teacher, because to be a teacher, it could be very much egoistic position, then you identify with it too much, and then that becomes a problem of the teacher. So what I'm trying to say here is, embracing the warmth of spaciousness means able to access all the enlightened qualities, which is perfected in emptiness, in that spaciousness, in being no one. Okay, let's say maybe give a little practical example. If I give a practical example, will be just for a moment, reflect in your life, contemplate in your life, in the situation where you are facing some challenging relationship with someone. Either it's a family member, your husband, wife, your partner, your colleague, your business partner, with your children, whoever is, you are having a challenging relationship this moment. Just look at that closely. So, and particularly if you're having really, really difficult, experiencing a lot of pain and conflict, then it's very important in order to heal, overcome those pain and conflict, it's important to look at closely, look at that relationship, look at that challenge. Why you're facing that challenge? It's because someone is facing that challenge. Who is that someone? Maybe it's a father, maybe it's a mother, maybe it's a sister, maybe it's a brother, maybe it's a business partner, maybe it's a teacher, student, maybe it's like the sense of, some kind of sense of I, it's very strong, which you identify with, and that I is actually confronted by someone which is not allowing, accepting, acknowledging, or respecting that I, or not fulfilling that I, or not listening to that I, or someone is undermining that sense of I, not respecting enough. That's the only reason why you are facing this challenge. But it's a big deal for you. But it's a very simple reason why you're facing a challenge, that their identity is crashing, conflicting with someone else. If you are not who you are identifying this moment, if you're not the lawyer, if you're not the father, if you're not the mother, if you're not the one who is facing challenge, for a moment you say, okay, I am not that. Or, for now, I do not want it to be that. I do not want it to be a lawyer today. I do not want it to be a teacher today. I do not just want it to be a father today. I do not want it to be just a mother, brother. I do not want it to be that. I just do not want it to be anyone today. I want it to be no one today. I am no one. And I wanted to feel that sense of no one. If I begin to feel no one, then I can say maybe, of course, people can criticize me, or people can judge me. It's okay. Why not? Why not? They can see the way they're seeing. Why not? They can say what they're saying. Why not? They can judge me the way they are judging. Because if I feel pain, who is feeling pain? The one who is identifying not to be judged. But if I'm aware of that, if I'm trying to recognize that, if I'm able to say to myself, I wanted to be no one today. I wanted to be open today. I wanted to be spacious today. And I wanted to discover all the warmth, even able to feel love to somebody who hates you. Even able to feel sense of okay, somebody is not okay with you. Because all those qualities are equally perfected in me when I am no one, or when I do not identify strictly with one sense of self. Then I have opportunity to access to that great perfection much more than anybody else. So today I am no one. So now my recommendation to all of you, and particularly your relationship, your problematic relationship with somebody, or the problems that you're experiencing in relation to somebody or some situation, just think about that. I am no one. So this moment, we can all support each other. Feel each other. Connect with each other as a cyber sangha. A moment of meditation. And feel the pain, those who are feeling the pain in your relationship problem with somebody. Feel that pain, be aware of that. And recognize there is clearly a sense of self, such as how dare it's possible he can say that. How dare it's possible they can do that to me. How it's possible they don't respect me. How it's possible they can say that to me, do that to me. That's why I'm feeling conflict and pain. I'm being disturbed by that. So it's not very important to focus. Usually what we do is we focus too much on somebody, and particularly what somebody said or did. We hardly focus on ourselves and the way we feel. And who is feeling particularly? We don't focus that. As a practitioner, the most important thing is to feel who is feeling it. Not who said what, who did what. There will be always somebody will be saying something, doing something. But who is feeling? So when you bring your attention inward, when you feel who, there's a very clear sense of I. And you, deep inside, you need to say, I wanted to be free from that. I do not want to be that. I do not want to be just a mother. I want to be a friend with my children. I don't want to just be a husband or wife. I wanted to be a friend with my partner. I'm more than what I'm identifying now. How I'm going to access that? Only when I will let go of that sense of I. Be free from that. There's some sense of this spaciousness, emptiness. So just simply recognize that and let it go. Simply recognize that sense of I, perception of self, let go. You are much more than just that. And your problem is, big part of your problem in this life is because you identify with that too long, too often, too strong. With strong, clear sense of recognition, you tell yourself, today I let go of that, liberating my own being, liberating my own that particular being, may I benefit others, as in the dedication prayer. Letting go that particular sense of I, my own pain, may I benefit these people. May I benefit in this relationship. Just see that way, say that way, feel that way, and let go of this sense of self that you have been a little too much stuck. And clearly, at least for now, this moment in your life, most of the problems are very much based and coming from that sense of identity. Let go, and let go. And feel that I'm supporting all of you, and we are all supporting each other. Once you feel that sense of self is weaker, not occupying, loosening, clearing, cleared, spaciousness, emptiness, cessation of inherent self. Cessation of the self which is not really there, which is not who you are. It's gone. It died. Let it go. Feel that space, feel that freedom. And feel a deep sense of warmth in that being no one. Freedom. A warmth in that spaciousness, warmth in that being no one, freedom in that being no one, liberation in that overcoming all this identity, liberation from that identity. Awakening from that identity. Just feel that warmth. Feel that confidence. Feel that awakened quality in that warmth. Feel that indestructible quality. When you're no one, nobody can do anything to you. When you have nothing, nobody can steal anything from you, take anything from you. Feel confidence in that being no one. most of the time in our life, we drain ourselves, we lose our energy with all this dualistic effort, the effort of fear. Most of our energy we spend is trying to defend something and protect something, which is not necessary. So just feel that warmth, perfected with all the qualities, and particularly recognize the perfected with the quality which you need this moment in your life. The medicine for right medicine, this moment in your life. Discover that quality, such as like a confidence, strength, clarity, stability. And these all are warmth, embracing the warmth of that space. It's not nothing, it's everything. Feel that. So feel the liveliness. One time, one student of mine said to me, and very often in the Buddhist teachings, she heard so many times emptiness, the teaching of emptiness. Sometimes she felt a little depressed because of so much saying nothing, 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 nothing. But the idea of embracing the warmth and quality and great perfection quality finally awoken her up, and she felt much more lively knowing that spaciousness or that emptiness than before. Before it's like almost like a nihilist. So I felt that's a wonderful experience. So just feel that for a moment. Okay, so how is the meditation? You can open your eye, you can reflect with the experiences of meditation and give me some feedback here. Always nice to hear feedback that all of you are present, you are listening, you are practicing, you're experiencing. So how was the meditation? Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for all your... I'm very happy to hear that it was helpful. That's clearly my intention, to see a glimpse of experiences that opens up your life in the teaching, understanding, experiences. And that's my wish and prayer, that may you all have this experience able to embrace all the qualities which is already in all of our life and in your life. And so I think that's all. Just to maybe conclude a little bit, we have been talking about being 5 to 10% in 2018, being still, doing less, but accomplishing more. And also in terms of the discovering the melody in silence. And in 2018, just basically speaking less, and speaking less from that disconnectedness, speaking less from that fear, speaking less from that sense of that feeling of you that you have to say something. You don't have to say something. You don't have to talk. Particularly when you don't know what to say, you don't have to say anything. So just respecting, enjoying the silence. So 5 to 10%. So the question here will be, what about in embracing the warmth of spaciousness? How does that work here? So it's the same way, in some sense, of I think idea will be just every now and then, I am no one. I am no one. When you get hurt, when you feel pain, pain will stay there continuously until there is any shift in that sense of self who is experiencing the pain. Very often what we expect, many psychologists we expect, is trying to change objectively something. When somebody apologizes, or when somebody shuts up, and when somebody speaks, or when somebody does that, so when somebody stops doing something, then you feel you will have the peace. But that most of the time is not true, because the pain identity always find new thing to expect, new expectations. So whatever somebody does or does not do will not change, because pain identity wanted to produce pain, and it is very good at doing that. No matter what people do or don't do, it will always find. So some sense of able to free from that is able to reflect back in oneself to that identity, then at least able to say, I'm not just a father. I am a friend to my child. I am 12 years old, at least not chronological age, but energetic age, psychological aging, a playfulness, sense of playfulness. I am 12 years old. I can play like a 12 years old. I can do silly things like a 12 years old. So some sense of the 5 to 10% will be not to get stuck in being someone which has been problematic for you. At least be interested in not to be that one. Let go. So that would be like some sense of a freedom that I think will be very, very nice to say, able to recognize the limitation, the pain as they're coming from a specific sense of identity, limited sense of identity, but by recognizing that, by contemplating, meditating on it, able to be free from that and being able to be no one, able to discover warmth and all the enlightened qualities in being no one, in that spaciousness, embracing that fully, and becoming familiar with those qualities. Those qualities are like a food of the soul. Those qualities are a medicine for you this moment in your life. Embracing them and manifesting whatever needed to be manifested that particular given moment, trying to manifest that. Okay? So, thank you. So, thank you for being this evening, this morning, this beyond time, space with me. And I hope this, the practices of the body, speech, and mind, the dance of the stillness and the melody in the silence, and the warmth of this spaciousness, embracing the warmth of spaciousness, I think these practices of the body, speech, mind will completely transform your body, speech, and mind, and discover the enlightened body, speech, and mind, and those who will understand. We say, "Devu rangsa sungwa kusum martha chubiti." Like you, may you all discover the enlightened quality within your body, speech, and mind. Thank you. Good night and good morning, everybody. So now, next session, I don't know exactly when it's going to happen and what's going to happen, since we are no one is teaching, no one is listening. So, but if something happens spontaneously, hopefully it happens not right one in a second, but happens a few days before some ideas, what I will be love to speak, then I will definitely let all of you know on my Facebook. So, and then I will announce that few days before. Okay. So, and then when I do that, please do let other people know that who wanted to hear, and that will be helpful to do that. Okay. Thank you very much.